This is another interview question, right? So what is the testing process you are following, or which framework you are following? They will ask which framework you are following. Either you tell a hybrid framework or you tell a BD Cucumber framework. Any one you tell, right? And if you're using a hybrid framework, tell all the folder structure. So this is the folder structure we have. We have a base component, and then we have config component, then we have a data, and we have a pages, then we have a test cases, listeners, and test suits, logs, screenshots. These are all will be there in the framework. We are using a Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. There we are, in the form.xml, all the dependencies will include like Selenium, TestNG. So reading the Excel files, all the Apache file libraries, and the extent reports. Which reports you are following? Sometimes you might get tell that extent reports we are using. So why you are using extent reports? Then inbuilt TestNG is giving reports, right? Why you are using extent reports? They might ask you. You tell that. So TestNG reports is not that much clear, right? So extent reports we are customizing to get the each test case, status, pass or fail, and also we can get the on failure screenshot we'll get. So these are all available that you don't have in the TestNG, right? So this you can tell that. So the dashboard that all will give you properly in the extent reports. And so build wise you can test it. I have shown you all the extent report that you can tell. And then each module, what is there, what code is there? You explain base code, base package. We are just initializing the browser and launching the application, and reading the properties file data. We are creating one reusable method. So this file will be extended to all other things. So utility package, we have all the WebDriver utility methods and the Excel utility methods we are developing in the utility package. And these classes will be extended to page classes. Like you can extend to page class, right? So each page, one page class you will create. In the page class, we are identifying all the page elements and respective methods you are writing. On that page elements, what action methods you can do that you are identifying, and you are writing all the methods. And these page classes you will use in the test cases. In the test component, where you will use TestNG framework, and TestNG you can create the test cases with the different annotations, like before class, before method, after class, after method, test method, data provider annotation. These are all annotations you will use to write our test cases. So based on your scenarios, you will call all the page classes. Each page wise you can create a one test case also, or otherwise you can create a different test cases based on the requirement, based on your test cases, how you are preparing, right? So those are all test cases you have to cover. So any verifications, validations, and all navigations. Page navigations is a very important. You should be very clear on the page navigations, how it is navigating, and what verifications you want to do on particular page. So you have to do all the verifications also there. Once you have done all this, and you will create a suite file and you will run locally, then you will run in the Jenkins before merging the code. Before merging the code, you have to run locally, you have to run on the Jenkins. Once it is run, you raise a pull request or merge request. So once pull request, merge request is approved, then you will merge in the release branch here. So this is the entire framework, how to explain. Okay, so what is the answer you have to give? We are using a hybrid framework or a BDD Cucumber framework. BDD Cucumber means again you have to include extra BDD Cucumber framework if you are telling, instead of hybrid framework. Instead of that, hybrid framework, instead of hybrid framework, you are telling a BDD Cucumber means you have to tell we have a different components, like we have a feature module, we have a step definition module, we have a runner file, So we have utility classes, we have base class. So we have a different so logs also you can generate. All this folder structure is there. You explain in the feature folder, all feature files will be there. And then the feature file will extend with the feature, ends with a dot feature extension. We will use Gherkin keywords, feature scenario, given, when, then keywords to write our scenarios. And then, so we are implementing them in the step definition files. The step definition file is a Java file where all the Java methods will be there. Each step is implemented in the step definition file. And we'll write the logic mainly in the step definition files. And this feature files, step definition files, we'll mention in the test runner class. The other Cucumber options we are using, and we'll run there. And that's the how you can do the BDD Cucumber approach. You can explain that. Utility class, everywhere you tell utility class. Utility class will be there. All the reusable methods will develop there. That methods we can use in our step definitions wherever we require. That's how you will explain the BDD Cucumber also. So this is the framework explanation you have to give. That's a mandatory question. So how you will present is a very important. So we are using a BDD Cucumber Selenium framework. Then tell all the components, and again Maven project. We are using a Maven project, and we'll use a Maven clean, Maven install to run the test cases locally. And another question I have seen in the recent days is how we will read the data from Excel sheets, and I will supply to the particular page form. Form means you need to fill that data without a data provider. Directly you can use that method in the test method, and one by one data you can extract, and you can put a loop, and all the data you can iterate, and you can put in the send keys method that data. So that's how you need to do, right? So that also you can do one question without a data provider, how you can read the data from Excel sheets. That question, if they ask you, using Apache file, library files, we have a Excel ready-made classes. Those classes you will use to read and write the data, and we can. That's you explain that. Okay, so that's another question people are asking. So this is how framework explanation. Okay. Any other questions? Out of all these points, you make a note, high-level points, okay, by listening the video one more time. So make a note all the high-level points. From there, you explain that in the interviews. Then it comes to first Java, they will ask Java. So Java, they will mainly concentrate. I'll just stop this recording and let me